Hello, everyone, again. I'm your host, J Mac. On the flip side, this is episode number 3. Now, you remember I did them in steps, right? So, this is what I did in step number 2. I told you, don't worry, we will fight back. Didn't I tell you that? And I'm going to say touche by touche. Uh, this morning or yesterday, one of the two, he pardoned his son. And the Republicans went absolutely crazy. I mean, they just had a fit, right? I'm like, good for you, because I told you what we was going to do. Told you we were going to fight back. Now they want to talk about Sleepy Joe. Sleepy Joe wasn't sleeping on y'all. Y'all was sleeping on him. He said, okay, they don't think I'm going to do nothing. I'm frail. Walla, walla, walla. And what did he do? He put so many new judges in. And see, by the way, they can't be fired. That's the thing. If you didn't know that, just look at your bylaws and your rules and regulations on appointed judges. I'm not talking about judges that's voted in, like your city judge or your DA. That's your district attorney, for y'all don't know that. And like your state judges, they're voted in and they're voted out. But when judges are appointed by presidents, it's a lifelong appointment unless they do something very, 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 very bad. So, good for you, Joe Biden. The other thing is, I remember telling everyone, you know, it's just beginning. The fight just started. So, it is what it is. But I would like to talk to you about sitting back and enjoying life for what it is to you now. Stop having all this fear. It's not good for you. It's not healthy. And all it does is, a lot of times you're worrying about something that you have no control over anyway. So, why are you worrying about it? If you already know the outcome, deal with it the best you can. I'm not just saying, you know, lay down and die. I'm saying deal with it like you've been doing. I had told you in the last episode, I think, about, you know, being thankful for where you're at right now. I give you a prime example. I'm free. I'm going to watch the Monday Night Football game. I'm not going to tell you who the teams are because I don't get paid to endorse them. So maybe one day that could happen. Who knows? But right now, Monday Night Football, drink me a beer, smoke me a cigar, eat me something, and then go to sleep. Wake up and repeat the process tomorrow of living. See, I told y'all, everybody want to kick and scream right now, and we should be saying, how dare you? How dare you kick and scream about him pardoning his son when you done pardoned, 7 people while he was in office for crimes and things that they done? You know, a pardon means I forgive you. I forgave what you did, it's over with, we're going to move on. So he's done it 7 or more times. I also told you about the putting a hand over your heart thing. It is not a mandatory thing. It's just a gesture of respect. It's not mandatory for anybody to put their hand over their heart during the Pledge of Allegiance or any other allegiance you're doing in the United States. It's not something. It is just a gesture that everybody picked up and used. Because by the way, like I said, if you're going to jump on Michael Strahan for that, jump on Donald Trump. Look how many times he didn't do it. He just stood up there like he was, and look what he does. He looks like he's above everything. This man even got his name above the Bible. So for y'all Christians, you already know that man's going to be cursed. And those that follow him are going to be cursed too. This man had the audacity to put his name above God's name on the Bible. And God already told everybody, man, you put no man in front of me. No one comes before me. So we'll see how that turns out. But anyway, you know, I don't have a whole lot of money and things like that, but I'm satisfied with what I got, you know. I wouldn't mind having more, don't get me wrong, but the one thing I would mind not having is my freedom. See, I don't have a whole lot of money. I'm not a millionaire, I'm not a billionaire. But I'm not in jail. I'm not facing a life in jail and I got all this money. Okay? Because that money couldn't buy me freedom. Now, the flip side of that, which the show is called The Flip Side. The flip side of that is there are people that got money and haven't spent the day in jail and been convicted of crimes. I'm not going to call no names because I don't have to. You already know who I'm talking about. And it's not just one person. So don't get it like I'm pinpointing and targeting this one individual. It's not like that. It's a bunch of them. And then, unaware of the rules, I didn't know this. And I don't know how many of y'all knew this. That if you was in the Senate in a state and they was investigating you while you was in the Senate, that you could just resign from the Senate and the investigation goes away. I guess that's like me committing a bank robbery and then they know I did it and all I do is say, look, I'm gonna bring you your money back, man, and we good, right? Yeah, right. Yeah. Sure. It's gonna get ugly for me. So I didn't know that. And then he was moved to a higher office in Washington, the White House. Boy, this was big time too. Okay? But again, like I told you, we are resilient people. We're very resilient. We fight back when we need to. And this is one of them fight back moments like, we ain't out on this. You know, like I said, you know, just calm down and let the system take its course. See, there are firewalls and bylaws and all kind of stuff for what we're coming up against. And now we're going to just have to put it to the test. And then you got all these, you know the best way to beat a country? Divide and conquer them. You divide them first. That way you can hit certain places and concentrate on just a certain amount of people. Like right now, we got the black people, the white people, the Mexicans. Everybody's at war with each other for whatever reason. Well, one particular group is at war with everybody else. So when you do that, everybody gets into their pack. And they're going to make a stand. On the other hand, while we're doing this, there's other countries that's infiltrating us at that same particular time. And they're like, look, see, they don't even see what's going on. They're over here infighting and everything and stuff like that. And we're already here now. And they don't have a clue. That will happen. It's like saying, he said the enemy within. Now, I don't know if you realize this or not, but I figured out who the enemy within is. Him. He's the enemy. And he's within. He's in. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But the way he flipped it, this is the flip side. The way he flipped it, he made it like it was because, oh God, these certain people over here in this country, and they're jacking up our country. But wait a minute, think about this. How long have we had drugs in this country? And why do we have drugs in this country? Because we want to consume the drugs. It's called supply and demand. If there was no demand for it, it wouldn't be here. because they wouldn't be making no money off of it, so they wouldn't be selling it here. They're going to take the market where the market produces and generates money. You know the difference between a pandemic and an epidemic, right? Yeah. It's called race. A pandemic, a certain race of people don't care about because it don't affect them. Because they don't have the liquor stores. They don't have the pawn shops. They don't have the rundown houses. They don't have the bad streets. They don't have high unemployment rates. So they don't care. That's what a pandemic means. It means it concentrates on a certain group of people. An epidemic is when a certain group of people that think they are above everybody else, it starts affecting their neighborhood. Now it's an epidemic. Just like now, what's ready to happen with the Affordable Care Act that y'all dumbasses didn't even realize was Obamacare. But this is what happened. He tricked you. This is how he did it. He used race. Because Obama, every time you thought about Obama, that was so-and-so. You know what you called them. In your little pool halls and your bars in your neighborhood. You know what you called that man. And see, we seen the pattern when he first came out. All he did was work on people's color. Like, you wasn't born in the United States, stuff like that. He used them type of tactics. He never was, he was always transparent about what he was saying. And everybody fed into it. Okay? Because I'm looking at, like, I think they are doing a recount right now, and I really do, because I keep seeing hints of it, where they're doing recounts, and now the Democrats is regaining the House, or the Senate is one of them. Like I say, I listen to a lot of different news, so, you get a whole lot of feedback. You just got to cipher through it and see what with you. I told y'all, don't trip, because it's just beginning. Because I really think, they called him Sleepy Joe. Now they see how sleepy he was. Y'all slept on him. See, that's what a bully does. A bully picks on who they think is the weakest person in the group. They won't just pick on anybody. They'll go for the weakest person because they know they're going to get the least resistance. And when the person that's being bullied actually comes into their head and understand, look, unless I do something about this, it's going to happen tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day. Now, and I know, some people don't like pain. I don't either. I don't like getting hit. I don't, like getting my ribs cracked. I don't like that. But the thing is, you going to keep doing it every day, or are you going to hit back? See, because the one thing the bully does realize, even if you're going to get your butt kicked again, if you fight him back and you get you a couple good licks in there with or against him, they're going to think about it a little bit more the next time. Be like, okay, I think I can whip him, but I might have to take a couple lumps and bumps too on the way. And that's why, and they won't mess with you. They'll go after the next person that they can beat down, they can play mind games with, and they can intimidate them mentally. And that's what this organization we call the government now is doing. They're using fear tactics to intimidate people. And then once people found out that the Affordable Care Act actually was, the nickname was Obamacare. Why? Because they wanted to put a black man on that, so it made it look bad. Now they're like, oh, I didn't understand that. Well, why didn't you? Where'd you think the Affordable Care Act came? It came from the Obama administration. And then you got a man coming to you telling me, well, I got a concept of what the, yeah, his concept is to destroy it and kill a bunch of us. Because if we can't afford health care, guess what? We're going to die. If ladies can't afford to go get abortions because his government, see, you got to look at what I told you, look at the big picture. They're going to die. He get 2 for 1 because no, they're going to go to prison. And then if the woman needs serious medical care because of the pregnancy, they both going to die. So he get 2 for 1 or 3 for 1. You know? And then he has a nerve to stand in front of the United States of America. And if y'all, boy, this going to be on. He got a nerve to stand in front of the United States of America and say, white people need reparations. It's going to happen. It's going to happen soon. I see it coming. And I'm not going to tell you I told you so, because that's not, it's better not to even say nothing to you and just look at you. You're going to know, yeah, J-Mac, you told me so. So this is my 3rd episode. Glad y'all hanging in there with me. And like I said, just slow down, man. Pump your brakes. It's going to be all right. I bet you that. There's going to be some things happen between these next 6 weeks. And it's going to blow your mind. Because, see, the one person that ain't in charge is running his mouth. The one person that is in charge is showing you what he going to do. So, let's work on it. We'll work on being happy, being healthy, and getting free. I'm J-Mac. I appreciate you hanging in there with me. I'm out. Peace.